All right, so I mean, to full circle back into me reading The Road, which I remembered was by Cormac McCarthy, a great author.
Did you remember, or did you just look it up during break?
No, I actually remembered. For some reason, it just came to my head because I kept telling people that I wanted to read it, and I was like, yeah, Cormac McCarthy. And everyone's like, oh, Cormac McCarthy, what a great author. I've read stuff from him. And I kept saying Cormac McCarthy so much, so me forgetting it kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
It was extra motivation to remember that author's name. So back into what I was saying, because I kind of fucked up and I was thinking about literature. But I wanted to go back into this. So my cue card, I'm just going to read what it says. It says, inspired by The Road, why is it always portrayed in a post-apocalyptic novel, TV, or movie, whatever it is, everything and everyone is for themselves rather than the greater good?
Not every time, though.
Almost every single time.
Almost every time, yeah.
Almost every single time.
I think what most post-apocalyptic stories want to show is, even though we feel civilized right now because of how much we've grown and evolved, it's trying to show that we're at our core, stripped to our core, we're the same Neanderthals that we were before.
Correct, exactly. But and here's the thing, and I wrote a little bullet on it, is that if there was a movie, again, movie, TV, literature, whatever it pertains to, would it make bad content if you had people grouping together and recreating a civilization? Are they just doing it for the entertainment value, the shock value of it? I want to know personally, and again, this is one of those ideas that's not going to have a correct answer because we've never experienced it in our entire life, and it's just theorized by different types of writers. If it came down to it, would our world become that way? You know, like I said, I don't think there's an answer because there's absolutely no experience behind it unless you go way back in the day before morals and values were cared for and people gave didn't really give a shit about what they were doing because they were trying to create society. Yeah. Now, we're being born into an already made world that we're just being present in. Yeah. And I'm curious what it would look like.
Yeah.
Create it. Is it easier to take? So like I was saying, particularly for The Road, people started eating each other because they had no more food. I don't think I could fucking eat someone, bro. I don't know if I could do it. I don't even know if I could steal from someone else. But until I get to that situation, I have no idea. Yeah. You know, I might be if we get nuked or something like that. You know, America.
Well, you might just be the person eating.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you got to consider. If you're not eating, you're being eaten.
Absolutely. Or am I again, going back towards that book, they did everything they could and tried to follow human rights and values the best they could. But it was only the two of them. Almost every single person they came across was a bad person. So in terms of the narrative, 2 out of the, say, 500 people that were presented in the book, whatever, I don't know that. The numerical value, but are you is that really the numbers? Is that really the ratio, 2 to 500? Or, maybe if there was a sequel to the book that they found a place and they were able to become habitated in that world where people were good. And I don't know. It came to my head and I was like, that's fucky. I personally, I don't think we're going to be able to go through it in our lifetimes. I don't see it in the foreseeable future. But
I just have a half empty look. I think it would trend that way.
You think? Yeah. See, I want to think people are good, but you again, it's the good versus bad people.
Yeah.
Are people born into it and they learn how to be good, but essentially
think about
to
the
their
people
core
that
they're
succeed
bad?
a lot of times.
Yep.
It's the bad people. It's the corrupt people.
That's true.
The ones that succeed more. You know what I mean? There's good people that will just kind of be level-headed, and then there's the people that rise above that do immoral stuff to have a bigger gain. So I think when you're stripped of nothing, the bad people will overcome the good because the bad are willing to do immoral stuff to stay alive,
for personal
to stay
gain,
So a bad
Which
person
is fucked.
It is fucked.
You know
because
what I mean?
a good person, say there's a bad, a good person and a bad person, and only one can live.
Yeah.
How is the good person going to overcome the bad person? Say one person needs to
true.
die,
Yeah.
so one needs to kill the other. Who's going to do it? The bad person's going to do it. So the bad person's going to succeed over the good because they're willing to do more. And I think that's why when society collapses, those people will rise.
But I wonder if it would stay that way. Because in terms of me wanting to be an English teacher, most of the literature I've read has a coming to age kind of topic within the background, you know, like it's the person that has to go through the trouble, and then at the end, they're in the limelight, they succeed. Literature's not, you know, usually correct. It might just be for like, oh, this is, you know, morally correct, and I want to strive to be a better person because this person did, and I want to be more like that. Would it just be the bad people succeed, and that's all it is for the rest of eternity until there's no life?
I think they would. I think when your back's against the wall, you do what it takes to survive.
Correct.
And then once you've
survived
not to be or
eaten.
learned the routine, then you become like a neutral bad or a neutral good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You trend in that middle.
Yeah.
You'll
There's
never
like a whole spectrum, and you don't know where you're
like
going to
maybe
fit
it's more of like a
until you're
neutral
forced to make a
bad
decision.
because if your back becomes against the wall again, then you'll trend towards bad, but you'll trend with the rest of the package as being neutral where no one fucks with each other. But the bad will steal, the bad will, you know, pillage. They'll do whatever it takes to survive.
Correct.
And I think you see it, but think about how much you see it in a society that's developed, in a society that's like ours today.
Yeah.
Versus a whole society of people stripped of, you know, those things.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Maybe we're just in a world where we don't understand it. Maybe other parts of the world you would.
Yeah.